Lady Alisa's life was a tapestry woven with threads of quiet joy. Her days unfolded in the warmth of her home, shared with her spirited daughter Maya and her beloved mother Emily. Emily, with her gentle wisdom and artistic flair, was the anchor of their small happy world. They laughed, they created, they dreamed a perfect, self-contained universe of feminine strength and affection. Then the first thread snapped. Emily passed away silently, peacefully, but leaving behind a chasm in Alisa's heart and home. The funeral, a somber affair, was meant for quiet mourning. Instead, it became the stage for a dramatic intrusion. Her brother Marcus, whom she hadn't seen in years and whose presence always heralded conflict, burst in, his voice loud, his accusations sharp. He came not alone but with a striking woman by his side, his fiancée, who surprisingly diffused the tension with a soft, conciliatory touch. Alisa changed the atmosphere. To Alisa's astonishment, amidst the grief and anger, a fragile peace was brokered. Marcus, seemingly softened by the gravity of the occasion and perhaps by his fiancée's influence, even offered a clumsy apology. They became, against all odds, friends again. The initial months of their renewed relationship were surprisingly pleasant. The sharp edges of Marco's personality seemed blunted, replaced by an unfamiliar amiability. He married his fiancée, Diane, who was genuinely kind and seemed to temper Marco's volatile nature. One evening, Alisa, Maya, Marcus, and Elara gathered at a lavish luxury restaurant. The clinking of a crystal and soft murmur of conversation filling the air. It felt almost like closure, a new chapter where family wounds could finally heal. But the truth was fragile, built on shifting sands. After about 6 months, the first cracks. Marcus and Elara, in a gesture Alicia initially found thoughtful, offered to take a few cherished items from Emily's house to help them out. Old photo albums, a collection of antique teacups, a delicate lace tablecloth, promising to preserve them safely until Alisa had more space. Alisa, grateful for their seeming care, readily agreed. Life, meanwhile, became a relentless treadmill for Alisa. She was immersed in a demanding new project, working for long hours filming, pouring her heart into every scene. Yet the payments were elusive. Deadlines for her salary constantly pushed back. Bills mounted, and the pressure became immense. Desperate, Alisa turned to the one person she still naively believed would help, Marcos. Marcos, she pleaded over the phone, her voice thin with exhaustion. I just need a loan, something to tide me over until my payment comes through. They delayed it again. His response was a chilling blast of coldness. That's your problem, Alisa. My finances are my own. You need to be smarter with your money. The warmth that had briefly characterized their relationship evaporated, replaced by the familiar dismissive tone she remembered from their childhood. He became cold-hearted, unreachable. The true betrayal, however, was yet to come. Unbeknownst to Alisa, while she tirelessly worked and worried, Marcus was making his moves. One blustery Tuesday, a letter arrived not from Marcus but from a real estate firm. The house, Emily's house, their family home, the one Alisa believed would never be sold, the very foundation of their mother's memory, had been sold. Marcus has done it silently, ruthlessly, without a word to her. The new owners, eager to renovate, wasted no time. Alisa rushed to the house, frantic, hoping to salvage what remained, but it was too late. Everything was gone. Dumpsters overflow with the refuse of life, carelessly discarded, shattered into pieces. Her grandmother and grandfather's sepia-toned photographs, irreplaceable echoes of a life of a time long past, were gone. Emily's vibrant oil paintings, each a window into her mother's soul, was reduced into splinters of canvas and dried paint. And the books, her mother's extensive collection of children's stories, Mary hand annotated, used to teach countless young minds, including Maya's, ripped and waterlogged, lay amidst the rubble. She hadn't taken them, hadn't insisted, because she had been so sure, so utterly tragical. She was sure they would never sell the house. The full weight of Marco's treachery crashed down on her. He hadn't just sold the house, he had sold her past, her legacy, her very connection to her family's history. The preserved items he had taken earlier were but a small fraction of what was lost. A cunning distraction while he orchestrated the ultimate theft of her inheritance. Then came the letters. Cruel, cunning words from Marcus, dismissing her pleas, ridiculing her struggles, mocking her attempts to salvage her life. He even disregarded Maya, her sick daughter, in his callous missives, painting her as a burden, as just another one of Alice's failures. Lady Alisa, a woman of grace and quiet strength, had reached her breaking point. The grief for her mother, the financial strain, the devastating loss of her home and memories, her grandmother's home. It all coalesced into a fierce, unwavering resolve. Marco has not merely stolen money, he has stolen dignity, memory, and the very fabric of her family spirit. He had threatened her with contempt, used her vulnerability, and disregarded the well-being of her own child. He would not stand for it. The time for pleas and sentimental hope was over. There would be no more reconciliation, no more forgiveness. Lady Alisa would sue her brother, and the punishment she vowed would be as harsh and unyielding as the heart he had shown her. For her mother's legacy, for Maya's future, for the sacred memories now scattered to the winds, Marcus would finally face justice.